Going over the trades on the day for Wednesday, April the 12th, 2023. Minus 250 on the 250K portfolio, minus 200 on the 50K portfolio. Treading water in a very range-bound, boring, dull, choppy, news-driven, market. And let's go over the markets and the trades on the day. You can see the weekly results, monthly, and yearly results as well. So you look at the NASDAQ closed right here on March the 31st to end Q1 right here, and you can just see what it's done since then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was an Easter trading day, so it's not really a full trading day. 6, 7, 8. 8 trading sessions, 7 full trading sessions right here. And you can see the spike up on CPI and then the sell-off on FOMC. And just a range-bound market. Let's look at, the constant prop-up is what we look at, and you can see that, it's propped up there, propped up there, propped up there, propped up here early in the day, and then propped up here, and then it finally took out this low. So the market finally took out that low and traded down. Last time we were in this situation, you saw this double inside day, divergent price action, same congestion, took out that low. NASDAQ rallied about 700 points through April the 4th, and most of it was through March the 31st, 28th, 29th, 4-day rally really. Just a little bit of a fall through in April, but be interesting to see what happens next. This pattern is a little different. Circumstances are a little different than this. And I've anticipated higher prices, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see it take it out there, or I wouldn't be surprised to see the market roll over. There's a lot of bearish news related to recession and higher inflation than the market expects, but the market seems to be resilient. The liquidity continues to push the market higher, and so the VIX, same thing, very narrow range, very unusual since the March, the 29th. The last 3 days of March, and now just between 18 and 20, a little above 20 here, and then today it trended lower. It took out these lows, and the VIX was down on the day, so minus 0.01, while the NASDAQ was down on the day, as well as the S&P. So a little bit of a VIX divergent to see that. Oftentimes when you see that, the market will go up, and so if it repeats that pattern where it takes out a multi-day low and then rally, it would explain the VIX's pattern. It's hard to determine what it's going to do next. We're flat at the end of the day, and we'll take long and short trades tomorrow as those opportunities unfold. Here's the day session. We were looking at the 24-hour chart on the NASDAQ. Here is both the NASDAQ down on the day, the S&P down 0.47% on the day, but you can see the amount of chop after the CPI was released. The market gapped up here, came here, chopped down, V reversal, chop around. Minutes came out, tried really hard to support. They tried really hard to support these lows, and then it finally sold off, and then it supported it again. So no follow through. We were short at the end of the day. We can't seem to get a clean distribution day, a natural sell-off day. It's been a long time since we've seen natural selling in the markets. Probably ever since last June, the market's been extremely propped up, and we see that again here in the NASDAQ. Tried really hard to prop up those lows on the day, and then once it broke down, it tried really hard to hold those lows. So oftentimes what we see when we see that prop up, you see the gap down, and then the market comes back. And so mean reversion, choppy type market conditions. Glad to tread water here at these prices. Small down day and up on the month. Let's look at the trades on the day. The momentum reversal was a trade on the day. You can see that on the S&P, also on the NASDAQ, plus 1312. Tick fader got stopped out right there on that move higher. Tick count trend had a loser, had a winner, then had a couple of losers here. That one was a big winner, not a big winner, but a consistent winner the last 2 days. Tick wave tried to go long here, no momentum follow through. I'd anticipated higher prices, and it just won't follow through to the upside, and so maybe we'll see some downside price action now. Open chop, tried to, it took several trades in here. It was up on the day and then it ended up down on the day. Let's look at that. Let's zoom in on that so you can see all the little trades that were taken. And so it was short and then long and then short and then long and then stopped out. And so minus 262.50 on the day after being up almost 1,000 on the day. The chop turned into a trend on us. And then opening chop 2 didn't trade. Tick chop was down minus 562, 512. Got a short trade, then a long trade, and then it didn't get the reversal there. It didn't trade quite high enough to get the reversal. So that was down the day. Tick count trend dynamic turnaround. Had gone through a drawdown. It's catching up here. The past week, the trend has moved higher in the equity curve, and it was up on the day. Hit its profit target plus 775. Adaptive moving average. Got long, got short, got long, and then got short at the end of the day. Very confusing day. Probably one of the dogs of the day. Minus 1337 on the day, along with tick wave was one of the dogs on the day, and the S&P and Nasdaq trades. AT 2022 actually profitable today. Very hard to short the market. These two strategies really struggled in the cycle. For there to be a favorable cycle exists for these strategies, so we keep them. And minus 505 there. Break even stop on AT 2020. It started to go our direction, and it just constant short fighting. You know, there's 3 times today when the market was short fighting and trying to prop up the market. You know, we got short and then it came back here. Market came down here, came back here, and then market came down here and just machine-like propping, wouldn't sell off into the close. And so Viper had a good day on the Nasdaq. 2 really good trades, up over 1,000 per contract. Tick pullback, took the opening long trade and lost on the day minus 2K. And then momentum reversal up 22.35 was the highlight of the day. Taking the short trade on this, the market sold off, rallied, and then as it rolled over again, nice short trade. I thought the market was going to reverse and stop this trade out, but you know, it went down and it was the top trade of the day. The Nasdaq momentum reversal. So these are the trades on the day for Wednesday, April the 12th, 2023. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.